Before computers and smartphones, hardcover World Book encyclopedias filled bookshelves, oftentimes collecting dust. But with the advancement of technology comes a new way of documenting the past. Michael Schlesinger shows us how a campus community partnership is promoting digital cataloging of this community's history.
Point your browser to www.emke.uwm.edu, you'd find it.
Search no more. Milwaukee's own electronic encyclopedia, or EMKE, is a resource available to one and all. It's been out for more than 5 years, but just completed its first content phase. Close to 700 entries of everything and anything Milwaukee. Key places, people, events.
Our entries, the content is right here.
Dr. Joseph Walzer with the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee is the project director. He's my guide scrolling through the site, one with a user-friendly layout and easy way of searching.
We've taken that list and we've drafted and carefully crafted those entries themselves. They've gone through a painstaking process of editing and fact-checking and posting, and then building the site itself has been a process.
An intricate process with tremendous oversight. One of Milwaukee's own historians, John Gerda, even helped launch the concept. Both undergrad and grad students have contributed to at least half of the collaboration, according to Walzer.
To be able to create something meaningful, something that's going to be out there in the public view and help shape how people learn and understand the city's history.
This is digital. It's not something that's bound. Do you
Right.
wish it was?
Yes, and we're not closing the door on that possibility in the future.
A one-stop shop for whatever you want to know. And it's accessible. It's not hard to read.
Research assistant and junior Haley Jasinski says her major in urban studies has been a perfect fit to what she does.
A lot of the entries are really useful for students, but for someone like my grandma that's lived in Cudahy and Milwaukee, I want her to read more of it because she knows her neighborhood really well, but I want her to know more about the city. So anyone who's curious, I have so many more sources I could look at. I have so many more people I could interview. So it's about prioritizing and meeting deadlines.
Walzer says he's learned a lot about his subject, the city where a lot of us live, with all the research he's done.
There's a tendency to think of Milwaukee as being not a major player, and that we kind of have a vision of being a big small town, and that hasn't really been entirely true throughout its history.
These are the streets of Milwaukee on the morning of July 4th.
Milwaukee has been at the forefront of major national political and social trends, from municipal socialism to school choice to the City Beautiful movement.
6 other cities, including Chicago, Cleveland, Philadelphia, have their own encyclopedias, but ours, I'm told, is a bit more extensive, going outside the city limits.
Holy Hill, for instance, the Kettle Moraine, City Hall, the Pfister Forum has an entry now. These spaces that we're really familiar with. And what we've hoped to do is to take those take those familiar pieces and inject some historical context to those things and learn more and hopefully say, oh, I didn't know that. That's really interesting, and draw out some of those connections that perhaps weren't very obvious, and perhaps get a new sense of what is uniquely Milwaukee in the process.
Looking ahead, Walzer says he's excited about what's been created for future generations and for those living right here and now.
One of the cool features of the site is a location search. Both tourists and Milwaukeeans can actually go onto the map and see these pins that are attached to our entries. And also just browsing through the encyclopedia can draw out places that you might want to go to, like Turner Hall. The Milwaukee Turner's entry is also kind of reinforcing the historical significance of that space.
Is it tough knowing there's never an end to your publications, like the end, done?
That can be difficult. However, I love this kind of work because it's always fresh. There's always something new. History doesn't end. As long as there's a present, there will always be a history. I love gleaning and understanding and developing new interpretations of that past based on where the city has been and where it's headed. So that does keep it fresh. It definitely keeps this work interesting.